Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualized NZ. If you've been watching my channel, you may have seen me make these. It was one day last week. Week 8 of Roxy's weekly challenge was the inspiration for these, and I made little flip out pockets. Oops, and I just see this one needs a little bit of extra glue, so let me just take care of that while I'm here, otherwise I might forget. And I haven't got back and decorated them, so I thought I would do that today and just turn the camera on and bring you along as I decorate them up. So this is the one that I did complete in the video last week, so I thought I'd just show that as a reminder. It's slightly different, it's just a little gusseted pocket, and all of these are from printables. So this one here is from I Can't Remember, same with that one and that one, and that one is on Etsy. These other ones aren't on Etsy, but this one is, and I just can't remember. If I can find the name of the kit, I'll link it in the description box. If I don't link it, then it's because I can't track it down. So let's get on, and first up I thought I'd work on this ballerina one because it's super pretty. I really like it. And in the book sale that I went to recently, I picked up this book by Margot Fontaine, who was a prima ballerina, called The Magic of Dance, and I thought maybe we can pull out an image from here. A lot of them are black and white, which I don't actually mind because this is, you know, got pretty colours in, but I want something that's sort of tall and narrowish. So let's have a wee flick through. I haven't actually had a proper look through this book, so I mean, some beautiful black and white images, just gorgeous. I mean, we could even go with like a portrait one, couldn't we? Let's see what else we've got. I'll keep that in mind. I do think I want a ballerina one as opposed to a different form of dance, but just because there's ballerinas on the pocket. So I think it works to go with that. So a lot of these are all sorts of different styles of dance. Maybe it's quicker if I flick through this way. Oh, she's not wearing very much. There's some really nice old images in here. Gosh, they're so flexible. Oh, that's pretty. It's too big, but it's really pretty. I used to be a dancer, not professionally. Like, no, definitely not professionally. That's nice too. But I started ballet lessons when I was 4 years old, and then I danced right through until I was 18 and left school, and then I got my first job and I stopped because I was working and my lessons, the class I went to was in a different town. I stopped going, and you know, I was tired because I wasn't used to working 8 hours a day. And then I killed my ankle, and that was the end of any thoughts of ever dancing again, which still really bugs me because I love dancing. You know, I can sort of dance, but not like I would have wished. That's really nice. That's from 1843. Would it take up too much? I think I'm going to just... Yeah, I think I like it more than the colour image on the other side. Whoops, sorry. I just elbowed the tripod. Gave you a little wobble there. So let's just going carefully up between the two images. Right, is that going to cover too much? I think I need to cut it out, don't I? So I can see. So I hope everyone's having a good day today. Do let me know what you're getting up to. What's on your crafting table at the moment? What's your focus? If you've got a focus, you don't need a focus. Maybe you're doing half a dozen different things on your crafting table. That's not unusual for crafters. I'm a bit the same as well. I've got stuff all over the place, which is why I haven't got back to decorating these, because I've been doing lots of other bits and pieces, and some of them are finished, some are not, like this bit. So that's totally normal, I think, for crafters, because we tend to get bored. Well, not bored, but maybe uninspired with a piece, or we just need to wait for it to dry or do something, or we need to wait to get a certain product or something before we can move on. And so then you just do something else. It does cover quite a bit, but I do kind of like it. I mean, we could put it on the inside of the flip as well. But no, I'm going to go with it to avoid spending too much time labouring over it. I do want to back it with something. I think I prefer a colour. What have I got? So can we find something in here? I do know I've got a purple in here, so maybe the purple might... Here we go, there's the purple. It is patterned, but maybe we can make a nice little border of that. Oops. Yes, I think they'll work nicely. I've probably got a scrap of this paper somewhere, but who knows where, so let's just grab out a fresh sheet. And I think I'm going to glue it on and then cut around it. Will I? Is that the way I'm going to do it? Tell you what, first I'm going to cut out a square so I'm not dealing with the whole 12 by 12 sheet. So I'm just going to try and cut semi-straight so I'm not wasting the rest of the sheet, using the pattern on it to guide my cuts. I find it much easier working with small things when you can. Much more manageable. Right. And that can just go on the floor for now. Yep, I think that'll make a really pretty border. And something is not straight. Is it the pattern on the paper? Because I cut this, the border that was in the book. Or maybe it's just my eyes. It seems okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those mornings. I fully expect I'm going to have to stop and blow my nose in a minute because it is cold in the room and it's making my nose drip, which is very, very annoying and unhelpful. Alright, so I'm lining it up on the wee asterisks on the paper, I think. Ooh, come on, squidge it over. Right, and I am going to just eyeball it and trim it roughly evenly around all the sides. So the pattern doesn't guide me on the corners, but that's okay. If it looks close enough to my eye, then it's going to look close enough to most eyes, unless they want to get a ruler out. And I think there's better things to do than go around and think, oh, that's a millimetre or two out on that side. Don't you agree? Right. I'm going to throw those scraps away. I'm going to be ruthless. I've got to be. Right, and my first one just needs a little bit trimming down. And I think I might pop it, well, actually no, I'm going to center it so that I get dancers above and below. I think that's very pretty. Do I want to add anything else? Before I glue it down, I just want to make sure I don't want to lay anything underneath it as well. Sweet. No, it doesn't work for me. Ooh. Dance like no one is watching. But no, that doesn't suit at all. It's in a kind of a more, I don't know, comical arrangement or something. It just doesn't fit the vibe of this. Moments. I like that. Let's go with moments. That's certainly a moment in that artwork. Maybe we'll give it a, no, I'm gonna square it off. I'm not gonna tear it. I just feel the vibe of this is more sort of more refined and elegant. So I'm going to work with that. Not that, you know, the torn edge is not refined or elegant. It's just not quite fitting for me with this particular arrangement. Okay. And I don't think I'm even going to distress around that. I am just going to pop it down as is. So I want it to be a bit more subtle. It's on very, very thin paper. So it sort of semi-disappears a little bit. Okay. I don't think I want to layer that up with anything. I think that's just really pretty as is. So let's go with that. If I'm happy with it, why try and improve on what I'm happy with? That kind of is a waste of time, really, isn't it? The only thing I'm thinking that would make it even nicer is some lace. So maybe we'll explore that. Maybe we want to put some lace on it. Make sure it doesn't come off. Put it low enough down so we get that dancer at the top. There we go. And I like the shape of that as well, that it's got those cut off corners. I think that is lovely. Yes, lace. One thing I didn't grab out to prepare for this video was my lace. Right, there's this lace that's got coloured trim. Nope, that's a definite no on that one. Got this pretty lace. Maybe lace isn't going to do it for me. Unless we pop it down the corner there on the edge. You know what? I like that. I'm going to go with that. Alright, just pop this away out of my way because I'm not sure that I'm going to be using it again during this video. Sorry about all the clicking clacking. I might just use this. I tend to use my alcohol based glue for lace, but I'm just going to go with this and see what happens. because it dries clear, so it should be fine as long as it holds. So I'll leave it for a few days and then I'll come back and make sure that there's no problems. And if it does detach, then I'll just go in with my normal alcohol-based glue. So I want it to hang over the edge just a little bit. Oops. And it's stuck already, like that's stuck. I think that's going to be fine. That just adds a little bit of that extra elegance, don't you think? I'm loving that. And I have chosen not to distress around anything on this. I just think I like it as is. And then, do I want to put anything on this side? Then as our wee pocket, could put a word or something, or a label down there, or a flower maybe. Bouquet for the dancer. Find something that sort of works, preferably like something that's purple or maybe even blue. There are some pansies in here, but it's like won't fit. I might have to leave it. And oh, here's some pansies. I think I would like purple, but I don't know that I've actually really got much in the way of purple. There's some irises, they're too wide. And I think I need to be able to see it with some book page or something behind it. I wouldn't use this bit, but just to see what it... No, not convinced. Okay, we'll leave it for now. And I think I'll leave this because I'm not sure that I want to decorate it. And if I do, I might put just a little piece of writing paper in the middle so you can still see some of the dancers. So I'm going to call that one done. Okay, that was laboured over way too much, but anyway, I've got to enjoy the process. Let's do this little pocket. And I've got some of my tracing paper out here that I've done some mark making on, and I thought that might be nice to put a bit of this on. So I'm just going to tear it down, get some of these blue dots. I might just tear the whole strip, trying not to get the leaves that are beside it. This is just Sharpie on tracing paper. So I won't tear it down yet because I'm not sure how I want to arrange it. Maybe these blue flowers I was looking at might work. So they're still sitting right on top here. So we've got these irises or the pansies. Oh, liking that. Bit of book page definitely, or music or something. Let's see what this looks like. It's a bit of dictionary page. Should probably want the nice edge out. I'm liking that so far. And I think a label out here. I'm going to look at my stamped labels, handmade labels. The blue one, or we've got a purple one. Purple stands out nicely, doesn't it? No, not that one. Or this blue one. Says everything you can imagine is real. Wow. Not sure if I entirely agree with that, but never mind. I appreciate the sentiment. Yeah, okay, I think that one's the winner. Right, let's get some of this done. So I am going to distress this one. I've already done around the edge of the pocket. Now, what I like, and I'm thinking I will, finish my words. What I'm thinking is a bit of book page that goes around rather than just down. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm just looking in my pile here for a bit that might give me that ability. So let's have a wee play. Don't know if this will go over far enough, but have a look. It might not even be tall enough either. Yep, that works for me. Good enough. So I'm just having a play. Playing is great. It's good for the soul. I do want to start on another journal project soon. I haven't quite finished the Cowgirls and Lace journal. I've still got a few bits to do off camera before I do a flip through. But now that I've essentially finished it, like I've finished doing the filming of bits for it, apart from the flip through. So I'm thinking, what's next? And I haven't quite settled on my next project. So I thought, well, I might as well just do some stash building, some ephemera building, while I'm kind of musing over what project I would like to do next. Kind of wondering whether I should do the dance themed journal next. I've got so many I want to do, but I'm trying to think through whether they're ready to be done, like whether I've got enough stuff to do the ones that I want to do, or whether I still need to find a few bits and pieces for them. All right, I'm just going to take off that straight edge. And about there. And I think I want it just a bit narrower. So I'll use these bits in something else. And I'm just not quite liking how sort of toothy that is down the bottom. So I'll just, that's better. Yep. Where's my tacky? Here we go. I'm just going to use my tacky glue for this. Oops. Cat fur distracting me. I had 2 lots of cat cuddles this morning. First I had Georgie, the baby of the family, and he had big long cuddles, and then Kelly came in and he won't leave her alone. He gets very intrigued by her. So he got cuddled and put outside so Kelly could have her breakfast undisturbed. And then Kelly came for cuddles, but she could smell Georgie on me, so she wasn't very happy about that, and she went away for a bit, and then eventually she came back. I knew she would. And then she had nice big long cuddles until I had to get up and have my shower and breakfast and things. So currently she's curled up on the armchair beside me. So I get to work and she gets to have some nice inside time, unmolested. Right, and the label can go over there. So I'm just going to use tacky glue. I just find it sometimes easier and much cleaner to work with, particularly since I've got this little fine nozzle bottle. It's not getting the squirting out all over the place phenomenon. Right, that's there, and I do want to distress that. I was contemplating whether I want to give it an edge, and yes I do. I think it just needs it to pop off the page a little bit more, or pop off the pocket. Stand out is what I mean. Trying to get in all the little crevices as much as possible, which isn't easy. Yes, I like that. Like it better than not with the ink. So gosh, the weekend is coming around close again. What have we got planned for this weekend? I don't know about Saturday, nothing at this stage. We'll probably head along to the farmer's market and pick up some fresh vegetables. Yeah, I think that's about it so far. And then Sunday we are going round to a friend's place for dinner. So we are taking the dessert, and they're doing the first course. So that will be lovely. And I'm going to make a dessert that I made for our wedding anniversary this week. It's very, very simple, like couldn't be easier. So puff pastry, a sugar-free instant pudding type of thing, if you know what I mean. But it was sugar-free, vanilla flavoured, and whipped cream and stewed up black boy peaches, and just lay it all up on top, and then just to finish it off, a little drizzle of caramel fibre syrup over the top. And oh my gosh, so delicious. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to make them smaller. I'm going to make little squares, because there's a toddler, and myself and my friend can't eat a lot, so we'll make smaller portions, and then the guys can just like have a couple or 3 each. So that's what I'll be making for dessert. So yum. So even though I overcooked the pastry, I did it according to the directions, and it was so overcooked it was ridiculous, but still edible, fortunately. I'll be trying to, make it nice this time. Okay, that one is done. It's got little ink smears on the inside from the sponge. But you won't see it once it's glued onto a page. So, and this isn't straight. I will fix that later. Right, let's get on. How are we going for time? Oh gosh, it's taking me way too long to do these. Am I talking too much, or am I just fiddling around too much? I don't know. It is what it is. This is what you get, especially when I'm just having a play. Okay, just want to make sure I don't have any more of those inky crumbs under there. Okay, what do I want to do with this one? I have no idea. Maybe a birdie. Let's try a birdie, because it's already got the florals, so I'm thinking not to go with flower. So let's have a look at our birds, and I could put a bigger bird on this actually. Perhaps not that big. He'd have to go completely upright, and I don't think he's supposed to go completely upright. Let's see if I can dig down for some bigger birds in here. No. Oh, they're cute. Oh, I like them. They will be my birdies. Oops, now they're all trying to fly out of the box. Don't want to damage any tails or anything. Okay, let's try some music behind them. Getting a big pile of tear off scraps. I don't want it that wide. Let's tear it down. And it's a bit tall. Okay. Which way does it go? Sometimes it's hard to work out which way it's supposed to be I think it's supposed to be like that, the branch across this way. Once you cut them out, is there text? Yes, text, so it does go that way. I do need to do a bit of cutting out, so let's do that quickly, or as quick as I can. Not too bad, quite straightforward gaps there. Not too tricky. I'll get round the feet with the fussy cutting scissors, I think. Yes, so the dessert that I made for our wedding anniversary on Monday, we had enough left over for the next day. So we had it the next day, and I've still got some of the pudding left, so we'll probably have some pudding tonight. Just the vanilla sugar-free pudding, just to finish it off because it won't keep. So the ones I do for our friends will be just a bit simpler, less layers, so it's easier for like children to have, and just so they'll travel better as well, because we'll have to make them and take them around. Otherwise they're going to fall over, slide all over the place, and look really unattractive by the time we get there. And my friend's husband doesn't like artificial sweetener, so we'll just go the sugar version for the dinner, which will be fine. It's not a huge portion that I have, so it will be fine. I kind of like them more upright. I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to go with them upright because that, to me, looks better, even though they weren't originally designed to go upright. Or maybe just slightly leaning rather than all the way over like that. Yep, slightly leaning, I think, is good. And I'm thinking I want some other layers in there as well. Want some book page. Oops. Do I cover up too much of the design of the paper? That is the question. Okay, make that smaller. Do it that way, down that way. I can hear you. You're telling me stop fiddling and just glue it down, would you? I know. It's just so much fun playing though. I like that. Yes, I do like that. Now I haven't inked around this pocket, and I do think I want to ink around this one, so bear with me. Won't take too long. I don't need to do that edge because that's going to be under the music. So I'll get these done first and then I'll ink around the pocket. Get rid of the gluey page. I think I've asked this before, but who else is doing Roxy's weekly challenge? I'm sure there's some of you out there that are doing it. It's quite a popular challenge. I think this is her second year of doing it. She didn't do it last year, but she did it the year before, I believe. This is my first year doing it, so I'm not completely sure, but I believe that's the case. of how it's gone. Oops, running out of ink on my sponge. Yep, something like that. Oh, it doesn't want to move. Glue stick you can normally adjust a little bit, but it didn't want to move. I'm not going to distress around these guys because they're shiny paper, and I think they're brightly darkly coloured enough that they stand out on their own. But I will use the tacky glue instead of the glue stick, so I can get in all the little corners and bits and pieces. I should put this on its side. It's about half full, and I'm finding it takes a little bit of time just for it to come down to the tip, because it's, I guess there's not a lot of air getting in with the fine nozzle, so it's sort of like slowly makes its way towards the tip. So I think if I just popped it on my desk on the side, it might just come down a little bit quicker, particularly when I'm filming, so I'm not sort of waiting on it, and you're not waiting on it. Or I could just top it up. But I just can't believe how economical it is using this little bottle for the glue. Like, it's only half, I've been using it how long? At least a month, I believe, and it's only half empty. Like, it's just been awesome. Right, that's where they're going to be, because this glue grabs very quickly. Okay, and thinking we label, where are my labels? If I got anything in the right colour, I don't think there's any of those are suitable. What about one of these? These are from 9 of Crones on Etsy. I like that sort of rusty colour. It picks up the yellows and browns in the sunflowers. So I like that. Give that a quick edge as well. I'll do glue stick for this one, I think. Often there's no rhyme or reason as to why I'm using glue stick or tacky glue. It's just personal preference or what I feel like in the moment. Sometimes it's because of what I'm gluing, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just like, oh, I just want to use that, or I want to use that. Like, that's all there is to it. There's nothing mysterious or technical. It's just like often what I'm feeling at the moment. Thinking a word or a number. We haven't used a number yet today, so let's have a wee look. Too big. It's got blue and there's no blue anywhere else, so no. I like that. I'll go with that one. It's so good having all these things ready though. It does make it. Can you imagine if I was having to like stamp the numbers, cut out the labels, you know, cut out these birds completely, all from scratch? Like, can you imagine how long it would take me to do even one of these on video? Like, I'd probably only get one done. It would take forever. Right, so I'm going to give this an ink up because it doesn't look complete without it in my mind. gives it that lovely frame. And again on this side, what to do with that side. So remember, these are a pocket, flip out pocket. Oops, big smudge of ink there, no biggie. Do around the little side pocket that goes on the other side of the page, which we can decorate as well. Okay, I'm happy with that side. I think that looks pretty. I don't want to do anything else. What do I want to do on this side, if anything? I could go another bird, just a smaller bird. Oops, flicking birds. They want to run away. He kind of disappears a bit much. He's too wide. They are too wide. Here's a cute little bird. Yep, I like that little bird, and with something behind it, I think it will be fine. So just again, in between its legs, there's a little bit to take out. I've got to go to the post office this morning and post away the happy mail for my Patreon people, and I've got a Zoom meeting at 12:30 today, so I've got to make sure I'm home and sort of teed up to hop on the Zoom meeting there. It's part of my marketing course that I'm doing at the moment. And I haven't even looked at the homework, which is, I probably should do that before the Zoom meeting, really. I've been so busy working on my website that I haven't even looked at what I was supposed to be doing from the last session that I attended in person. Because it's in person every fortnight, every 2 weeks, and then the alternating weeks in between is the Zoom, which is quite good. I'm glad I don't have to go in every week. Or have that intense session every week, because believe me, it's intense. I think I just want a nice little, I think I want it to go end to end like a little band, and so I'll trim off this excess here once it's glued down, and then I'll ink that edge. So I won't ink it yet because it's going to be trimmed, but I'll do the others now, because I can't do it once it's glued down, can I? No, that would be a bit impossible. Yeah, so it's going to be quite a busy day. I've got some videoing ahead I need to do because I'm going to be out tomorrow, and yeah, no, just tomorrow I think, but so I need to film ahead for that. And then because I'm out tomorrow, I really need to film ahead for Friday. Otherwise, if there's any uploading issues to YouTube, then it may not go up on the day, or it might be really late in the day by the time it goes up. And I prefer to avoid that wherever possible, which is why most of my videos now are filmed a day ahead, just so I can avoid any of those delays. And I actually didn't distress that edge there, so there we go. Now I have. Oh, that's so sweet, and I think that's all it needs, is just that little decoration. We possibly could put a vertical word up the top. We'll look at that. Yeah, we will look at that and see whether we like something. Sometimes you don't need to go whole hog and decorate a whole thing. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. That's pretty. That makes me happy. Okay, let's have a look at a vertical word. Pleasant. These are words from my digital kit that's available on Etsy. Serenity. Oh, I like that. Let's go with serenity. And on different colour backgrounds, so you get, I think, 3 different options for the colour background and the font of the text. And it's mostly vertical, but there are some horizontal, and there's some little sayings as well in that kit. Oh, I didn't ink it. Never mind. It's going down now uninked. It's got a border around the text, so we'll just call that good. There. I love that. Just a nice little side tuck there, or side pocket. Cool. Done. How are we going? Yep. Can we get this last one done? I think we can if I really motor. Less fiddling, more doing. Let's see what we can do. So let's ink it up first. I have no idea what I'm going to put on this because the style is sort of more, I guess, cartoony in a way. So no idea what I'm going to decorate it with. But let's get this done first and then have a think. And I'm trying to think what I'm going to do, as well as talking to you guys so you're not left hanging. And my brain's not really kicking into gear yet. So this could be fun. Let's see. Right. Inking done. We probably definitely want some sort of layering going on. Maybe we'll do it over this side this time, because I've been doing it over this side. And this one actually flips this way. So let's do something like that. Sipping my coffee. It's got a line here, which I think is just kind of giving it like a ceiling, which I don't like. So I'm just going to take off that line. What would be appropriate to put on this? I'm not thinking bird. Not thinking flower. They're kind of the wrong look for me for this. Trying to think what I've got around me. I wish I had one of my children's books by me, because I think a children's book might. Right, I'm going to pop you on pause and go and grab a children's book. Be back in a tick. Okay, let's have a quick wee look through here. I'm going to try and make it quick. See if we can find something that kind of speaks to us that would suit the look. So I haven't got a particular image in mind, just something that works with the colours and kind of like the fruit and flowers. There's some kids with some apples, but I don't think it's really big enough. I love this book. This has got some great images in it, and it's great for collage as well. It's provided me a few answers to some collage prompts. As you can see, there's bits here and there cut out, but there's still heaps of material in here. Fun seal. Marching band. No, it doesn't quite. I mean, the colours work, but the rest doesn't work for me. I don't know, maybe this isn't going to go so well for me. Just trying to think whether I've got anything else that might suit this. I've reached Struggle Street. That's cute. Little drummer girl. Or boy. I can't actually tell. Can't tell. I think that's actually kind of cute. Oh. I try and leave the pages in because it's easier to store them that way. But because of where it was against the spine and being in the middle, it's like, no, I'm going to have to tear the page out. I'm going to lose the pussycat. Oh, that makes me sad. But let's go for it. Got to make the tough choices sometimes. Yeah. I guess I could hide the paw under something. I might still be able to save enough. And I'm sorry, this will take a bit of fussy cutting. I know we haven't got much time, so I'm going to try and do it as quick as I can. Something a bit different too. I thought it might be fun. I'm not going to worry about the laces. I'm just going to trim those off because nobody's even going to notice, I am sure. And then I don't have to worry about fiddling around cutting through that fine detail or ripping it off accidentally. You know the story. Simplify life a bit. Yeah, so I have no idea whether this is a boy or a girl. I think it's probably deliberate. The child is deliberately drawn that way so that the children reading the book can, you know, put themselves in that sort of place and imagine themselves being that drummer person. Trim off that little lace tail. I will go around the bow though. The bow's a bit sort of more real estate there to protect it. And it's a cute little detail. My phone dinged and that's distracting me as well. It will be my husband messaging me, I expect. Might not be. Could be someone else. But it will have to wait. This video is almost done and I want to get this out of the way by the end of the video. Is my goal. Can we do it? Yes, we can. I like taking off those bits as I go because I find they get really annoying and in the way. So that's why periodically I'll stop and just tear a bit off. Occasionally it goes wrong and it tears across the design that I'm cutting out. So it can be a little problematical at times. Okay, I do need the drumstick. It kind of doesn't make sense without the drumstick. And why she would have a, or he would have a fist in the air without the drumstick. So got to take the time for that. And hope I don't rip it off by accident. Now, I hope I'm on camera doing this because I tend to hold things quite close to me when I'm fussy cutting. Just go around the top of those. I'm not going to go in and out of each of the little hat decorations. It'll be fine. Sorry, I've gone quiet. Lost in the zen of fussy cutting. I do enjoy fussy cutting, actually. It is an activity I enjoy. I know lots of people don't and either avoid it or just see it as a means to an end. Excuse me, but I actually do enjoy fussy cutting, although my fingers get sore after a bit, so I do it in batches. Right, we did it, people. We did it. And I feel like I need something else behind her. Maybe some music. Music would make sense, wouldn't it? Given that she is drumming. This might not be long enough, but yep, that's cool. And I feel like it needs something under their feet just to ground them a little bit. I've gone to them now because I don't want to say it, because that's not very nice, is it? Calling someone an it. No, not that. Need a label, I think. So this is from Shabbycottagestudio, this label. Oh, it's coming together. I'm feeling really good about this now. I was lost there for a bit. Okay, so music first. I'm just going to give that a sort of a more up and down edge, I think. So let's glue it down so we can call it done. Hopefully we're going okay on time. I know we're getting close to the hour. I don't like going over the hour now because that's tends to be when I have most uploading issues onto YouTube. It tends to get hung up and then I've got to scrap it and start again. And it's super annoying, but I did have that happen the other day on a like 30-minute video, so it's not just about the length. I don't know whether it's the internet connection or just YouTube being busy at the time when I'm trying to upload. I don't know, but it's annoying when it happens. Yes, I know it wouldn't take me so long if I didn't distress, but I like the look, so I am going to take the time. Because I've got no option once it's down. I can't go back and do it. This pocket would have been a really good fit for the Playful Days journal, if you remember that journal. With the colours. I'm not going to distress around the girl or boy. I don't know. Shall I just call it a girl? I tend to go girl first, so maybe I'll just say it's a girl. And it's definitely not Mrs. Sylvia White. She's not that old. And I'm going to attempt to do this with glue stick. And this is for speed this time. I think it'll be quicker than using my tacky glue. Oops. Cover up the go. Oh, that's fun. I think that's fun. Yay. Very happy with that now. Do I want... Might suit one of these wee labels that are also mine. There's a freebie on Facebook. Let's just put a little fun down there. So for the freebie in the Facebook group Visual Vibes, there's an album titled Freebies, and these words are in there. If you want to go along and grab them, feel free. It will be my pleasure. Yeah, done. We got it done. Yay! And we're over the hour. Oh well, can't be helped. So we got these ones done. And this one done. I think that's a productive hour, even if I did sort of fiddle around and make a hash of it at times. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed watching me play. I hope you were playing along too. Make yourself a stash of ephemera. It is just so useful to have, whether you are a journaler, journals for your own personal use, or whether you make journals. It's just super helpful to have them ready-made. And I never used to, but I'm enjoying having them ready-made now. Just, it helps. So have a great day, everybody. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.